Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be sharing how I made this cute cropped jumper that has a tiny detail of Ankara around the sleeves. So I remember seeing something similar on Pinterest and I thought that would be really nice to recreate, but with a twist by just making it shorter. Why not? Anyways, winter is coming here in the UK and it's time to cover up those legs and shoulders. No better time to make a jumper than right now. So if you want to see how I made this jumper, keep watching. If this is your first time watching me, thank you for joining us on this one, and please subscribe if you haven't already. So without further ado, let's jump straight into this tutorial. For this project, I'll be using this grey wool material and I used about 1.5 meters. I will also be using this Ankara print fabric for the straps, which has a beautiful snowflake inspired print. I also got myself the usual suspects, pins, tape and scissors. So for the patterns, I already had a pattern that would work, a front and a back. The only thing I changed was the neckline, and I would cut both of them on a fold because I don't want any seams either on the front or on the back. So I just need one each of them. For the sleeves, I got these flare sleeves because I really wanted that bell effect at the hem of the sleeve, and I'll cut myself 2 for each side of the jumper. The next step is to, of course, cut everything out. I just pinned them the way I want. I didn't really have a lot of fabric to work with, so I had to even shorten the pattern more. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out all the ends I need and lay everything nice and flat. So I have myself 1 front, 1 back, 2 sleeves and 4 straps, 2 for each side of the jumper. So the next step in the joining process is to overlock all the raw edges because the fabric frayed so much for some reason and it was just messy and all over the place, and I didn't like that. So once I'm done overlocking anything, it's time to join the side seams and the shoulder seams of this crop jumper. Using a straight stitch, I am going to join all the seams I need. So I'm going to join both of the shoulders and both of the side of this jumper, and because I've already overlocked these edges, the process is rather smooth and very straightforward. So I'm just going to go ahead and check to see if everything is okay. As you can see, I've changed the shape of the neckline and the sides are looking good, as well as the hem of the top, which I have overlocked to just make it look nice and neat. So the next step is to work on the collar because I don't want it to remain like that. So I've cut myself a rectangle that measures the circumference of the collar and it's just a straight strip. So I'm going to sew the edges, press it in half and just pin it across the neck. So when I sew it across and press it flat, it forms a nice, sporty neckline like this. So this is what the neckline looks like right now. It looks really good, but I'm just going to overlock the seam and work on the sleeves of this jumper. So first of all, I need to work on the straps. I'm going to fold it in half and then join the sides and one end of the strap. So when I turn it over, I have a nice finished strap. So the next thing to do is to join the side seam of the sleeves, but before I do that, I'm going to pin the straps in place. So by the time I join that side seam, the 2 straps will be held inside of the sleeve of the jumper. So I'm just going to go ahead and pin this nice and neat all the way across, so I know once I take it to the machine, I'm fine. I don't have to think about anything moving around. So using a normal straight stitch, I'm going to sew together the side seam of the sleeve and I'm going to work on both sleeves of this jumper. So I'm just going to quickly sew that, removing the pins as I go along, and know that once I'm done sewing this stitch, those straps are held in place. So after that, I'm going to overlock that seam as well as the hem of the sleeve. After this, the sleeve would be ready to place into the jumper. So I'm going to go ahead and work on one sleeve first. So I'm just matching the notches of the front and the back as well as the top and bottom seams. And I'm going to go ahead and sew this on my domestic machine. So I just find that pinning the sleeve before taking it to the machine is a whole lot easier to work with because you know what the outcome is supposed to be. So this is what the jumper looks like right now, and it looks really good, but it's just too long. I think the length for a crop jumper is too long, so I'm going to crop this even more. So I'm going to take away about 5 centimeters from the overall hem of this jumper, and I think this will just make it look a bit more trendy, more sporty, and a bit more, you know, cropped. So once I've marked the 5 centimeters all the way across, I'm going to go ahead and cut. And once I'm done cutting this excess bit off, I am going to take it back to my overlocker and just overlock this raw edge that I have created here. So I'm going to take this straight ahead and overlock straight on the jumper. So I know this prevents it from fraying. It looks really nice and neat. I didn't want to create another like fold. I just wanted it to be finished like that. So I just like how it came out. It looks really cool, very functional, quite trendy, and I think the overlock seam at the bottom gave it this like undone sort of rugged finish. I just tied up the straps at the sides to create the bell illusion on the oversized sleeves, and I love the proportion of the sleeve to the top. So this is what it looks like on. I just paired it on with simple white jeans, and it looks really cool. It's not something you would wear on a very cold day, but it's a great transition jumper. You can pair it up with a vest underneath in case it's too cold, or you could wear it with super high-waisted jeans if you don't want to show your belly. You also have the option of undoing the straps and just having a simple belt shaped sleeve, but this is quite cool. This is quite trendy. This is something you'll see on a catwalk, and I love it, and I hope you guys like it too. And there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this tutorial. I had a great time making this jumper, and I see myself making more versions of this design. I hope you learned a thing or two. If you did, please let me know down below. If you have any questions, ideas, or suggestions, please ask, and I'm open to all of them on this channel. Thank you so much for watching yet again, and I will see you beauties in my next one. Bye. Mwah. Fingers down my side, girl, you look mighty fine.